So let's take our first look at inputs using Python. And we're going to start off with just a very simple line. We'll have Python ask us a question. And you know, as I'm typing this, I'm going to be honest with you, friends. I'm setting us up for an error. If you look at that first line of code, it probably looks a little weird there, but let's run it and we'll see. So here's the story. What's happening is we're using these single quotes, but if you take a look at the way the single quotes are working, what's your name, of course, has a single quote right there. So if you run into this, it's okay. We're just going to put in what's known as an escape character or / in front of that single quote that we want it to ignore. Now, let's run it again. And it asks us a question. Now let's get it to actually take some information and put it to work. So we have to give ourselves a variable to work with, and we're going to name our variable name. Remember, the secret to creating variables is to make them clear to you and other folks who may be looking at your program. So now we've gotten it, so it is going to record some information from us in a variable called name. So here we go again. What's your name? But now we get to type in our name, and it doesn't do anything yet. That is our next step, is to have it use a variable to say something back with that input that we were just given. So now we run it again. And it says hello back. Wow, I feel like I have a special friend now. All right, let's keep going here, friend. Let's have it ask another question. Single quotes. I'll talk more about double quotes another time. So let's just stick with the single quotes for now. We'll have it ask a question. So now we're going to give it a variable for a question about our age. And no surprise, we'll keep our variable clear. We're going to name the variable age. And now let's run it again. And it now has captured that information. Now let's pause and take a look at what we can notice about these two lines that relate to variables. When we're asking for name, that is going to be a series of characters. So it is a string, str for string. The age, we're looking for a number, an integer or int. So that is the primary difference between how these two lines for inputs are structured. If we're asking for something like a name, or what city are you from, or what's your favorite flavor of ice cream, you're going to type in a series of letters. That's a string. If you are asking for a whole number, that's an integer or int. So now we've captured this piece of information, age. We can now do something interesting with that. So we can say print, what do we want to say, age. There's our escape character again. Put that in front of our single quote. And we run it again. And now we're having a conversation with the computer, and it's truly incredible. A couple last things before I cut you loose to work on your own. Take a look at this line that I'm highlighting here. We can use our name variable in this line to personalize this a little bit. So what we're going to do is edit that type in name and a comma, and then just to be grammatically correct, we'll drop that H in how to a lowercase and run it one more time. What's your name? My name is Rod. How old are you? I'll tell the truth. And notice how in this line that I'm highlighting, it asked, how old are you? Which is very thoughtful. If we want to be really grammatically correct, of course, we can jump back up in here and put in a little comma within our input question. I'll run it once more, just to prove it to you. How old am I? I'm still 48, even though this is a long tutorial. And we got that quote in there. Now, it's interesting with that quote. See how it has put an awkward space right here. If we make a slight change to that line and pull out that comma and instead put in a plus, and run it one more time. And I'm still 48. There you can see we've got that working the way we want it. If I want to have another space, then I can jump back up here. This will be our last time to view this. Rod, comma, space, how old are you? 48, 48. That's amazing. So this serves as a brief introduction to working with inputs in Python. Much more to come. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.